The hidden warning sign most men ignore. They say a man dies twice: first, when his heart stops, and second, when he stops feeling like a man. But what if I told you? For millions of men over 60, the earliest sign of declining health doesn't show up in a blood test or a routine checkup. It shows up quietly, in the bedroom, or more specifically, in the moments when your body doesn't respond the way it used to. The truth is, when your manhood starts feeling numb, tight, or just plain uncooperative, it's not just about age. It's your circulatory system, your body's inner highway, sending an urgent message. That dull pressure down there, that lingering tightness during arousal, that slow fade of morning strength, it's not your imagination. It's your blood vessels calling out for help. I'm Dr. Henry Caldwell. For over 30 years, I've walked alongside men in their 60s, 70s, even into their 80s, men who were tired of being told, this is just what getting older feels like. And I'm here to say, it doesn't have to be that way. You see, the decline in performance or intimacy that many men experience isn't a natural consequence of aging. It's a result of poor circulation. And poor circulation can be repaired, naturally, gently, and effectively. What I'm about to share with you isn't found in a bottle or behind a pharmacy counter. It's not a magic pill, and it's not about chasing youth. It's about reclaiming vitality from within. These are tools passed down, not just through medicine, but through decades of real stories, real healing, and what I call elderly wisdom, the kind of understanding that comes only with time, experience, and listening to your body's quietest signals. So if you're looking for advice for seniors over 70, if you want to embrace healthy aging while still feeling strong, confident, and fully alive, stay with me. Let's begin with the first food that's quietly changing the lives of thousands of men one glass at a time. Beets, the quiet hero of blood flow. It starts simple. A root vegetable. Earthy, unassuming, something you probably passed by 100 times at the grocery store. But what if I told you that beets, yes, beets could hold the key to restoring blood flow where it matters most? Beets are more than just salad fillers. They're nature's purest source of dietary nitrates, which your body turns into nitric oxide, an essential molecule for healthy circulation. And matters, especially after 60. You see, around this age, nitric oxide production drops dramatically. Blood vessels become stiff, narrow, less flexible. That means less blood gets to your brain, your heart, and yes, to your penis. You might not even notice it at first, just a bit of sluggishness or a strange tightness down there that wasn't there before. But over time, the body keeps signaling, and it's asking for help. Beets step in as a natural solution. They help relax blood vessels, support blood flow, and reduce that quiet clenching feeling in the groin, what I call vascular tension. It's not pain exactly. It's the sensation of aging and giving up. But you don't have to give up. Drink a small glass of beet juice in the morning, before breakfast, or roast them with dinner. Toss them in your salad. Over days and weeks, you're not just feeding your body, you're reminding it how to work again. This is elderly wisdom in action, not fighting time, but flowing with it, nourishing what time has worn down. It's one of the simplest habits you can build to support your senior health and embrace active aging with grace and strength. But beets are just the beginning. There's a second food, one most people only think about on a summer afternoon. That's actually a powerful vasodilator. And chances are, you're throwing away the best part of it. Let's talk about it next. Watermelon, the sweet remedy hiding in plain sight. For most of my life, I thought watermelon was just a refreshing summer fruit. Sweet, hydrating, maybe nostalgic. But as I began working more deeply with men navigating life after 70, I uncovered something remarkable, something hidden in the part most people throw away. The white rind of the watermelon? the part between the red flesh and the green skin, turns out to be one of the richest natural sources of citrulline on Earth. And citrulline? It's a powerful vasodilator. That means it helps your blood vessels expand, relax, and carry blood more freely, especially to the places where blood flow is essential, but often neglected in traditional medicine. Here's what that means for you. After 60, many men start to feel a strange tightness during arousal. Not pain, but a kind of pressure. A dull, clenching sensation. It's easy to blame on age or fatigue. But in reality, it's your arteries struggling to open. Citrulline from watermelon rind soothes that internal struggle. It helps reduce those subtle spasms in the penile arteries, the kind that quietly drain your energy and intimacy over time. And unlike prescription medications that force blood through compromised vessels, watermelon works with your body, not against it. One of my patients, a 68-year-old former firefighter, told me he started blending both the red and white parts of the watermelon into a smoothie every morning. 2 weeks in, he reported waking up with stronger morning erections and, more importantly, without that groin pressure that had followed him for years. No pills, no gimmicks. Just a blender, a fruit, and consistency. This is what healthy aging can look like. Simple changes, gentle nourishment, long-lasting results. So, if you're wondering whether it's too late to feel good again, let this be your reminder. Your body still knows how to heal. You just have to give it the tools. This is the kind of advice for seniors over 70 that rarely makes it into headlines, but it should. Because it works, because it's safe, and because it honors your body's natural rhythms, instead of overriding them with chemicals. And we're not done yet. There's one more food I want to show you, one that's often discarded, overlooked, or forgotten, but it's packed with minerals that quietly rebuild the foundation of your sexual health. Let's uncover it next. Pumpkin seeds. The unsung power of tiny things. Sometimes, it's the smallest things that hold the greatest strength. Pumpkin seeds. You've probably scooped them out of a jack-o'-lantern or brushed them off your plate without a second thought. But if you're a man in your 60s or 70s looking to reclaim your energy, confidence, and circulation, this humble seed might be your new best friend. Let me explain why. Pumpkin seeds are rich in magnesium, zinc, and arginine, a trio of nutrients that quietly rebuild what time and stress have chipped away. Magnesium works to relax the smooth muscles that line your blood vessels, making it easier for blood to flow, especially during moments of arousal when tightness or discomfort often creeps in. This tightness, what I call penile cramping, isn't talked about much, but I see it all the time in men over 60. It's not painful, it's frustrating, it's draining, and it's completely treatable. Zinc is the mineral your testosterone depends on. Without it, your levels begin to dip, taking your vitality with them. Maintaining healthy testosterone isn't about becoming someone you're not. It's about preserving the spark of who you've always been. And then there's arginine, an amino acid your body uses to produce nitric oxide, the same miracle molecule we talked about with beets. Arginine supports the very circulation your manhood depends on, helping blood reach the tissues that need it most. A retired Air Force veteran once came to me, strong in mind but frustrated in body. He described a persistent groin tension, not painful, just a pressure that made him feel like something inside was stuck. I suggested he start eating 1 tablespoon of pumpkin seeds every day. 3 weeks later, he walked into my office smiling. The pressure had faded. His confidence returned. Not because of a miracle cure, but because of nourishment and patience and choice. That's the heart of elderly wisdom, not rushing, not forcing, but supporting the body with what it truly needs. Pumpkin seeds are easy to incorporate. Sprinkle them on your oatmeal. Add them to a smoothie. Or just eat them as a simple snack in the afternoon. They don't demand attention. but they deliver lasting change. And when combined with beets and watermelon, their power multiplies. Together, these three foods form a trio I call the circulation trifecta. Each one supports a different part of your vascular system, building a bridge back to the strength, intimacy, an identity you may have thought were gone for good. But they're not. You're not too old. You're not too late. And this isn't the end. In fact, it's just the beginning. Let's take everything we've learned and bring it together into one simple daily planner routine built not on gimmicks, but on real tools for senior health and active aging. Let's move into the next part of your journey. A simple 7-day plan to reclaim your strength. Now that you know the what, let me show you the how. Because knowing that beets, watermelon, and pumpkin seeds can change your life is one thing. But putting that knowledge into action? That's where everything shifts. Over the past 3 decades, I've watched men smart, disciplined, determined lose momentum simply because they didn't know where to begin. They wanted to feel better. They believed in the science. But no one gave them a clear roadmap. So today, I want to give you exactly the This 7-day plan isn't complicated. There are no fancy recipes, no overwhelming instructions. Just small steps, real food, and the quiet power of consistency. Let's begin. Mornings. Start with beets. When you wake up, before breakfast, drink a small glass of beet juice, about 4 to 6 ounces. Fresh, if possible. Store-bought, if you need. This will jumpstart your nitric oxide production, opening up your blood vessels and priming your circulation for the day ahead. Think of it as tuning the engine before you drive. You're not forcing anything. You're reminding your body what it used to know. Mid-morning, blend the watermelon. Around 10 a.m. Make a simple watermelon smoothie, but this time include both the red flesh and the white rind. That's where the citrulline lives, the compound that soothes your vascular system and relieves that quiet tightness most men ignore. Don't overthink it. A handful of chunks, some ice, a little water, that's it. Keep it refreshing, not complicated. This part is especially important if you're pursuing healthy aging and want to feel that lightness again, not just physically, but emotionally too. Afternoon. Fuel with pumpkin seeds. Sometime in the early afternoon, grab a small handful, about 1 tablespoon of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds. Eat them slowly, mindfully. You're not just snacking. You're giving your body the minerals it craves to build circulatory strength from the inside out. Keep a small jar on your kitchen counter or carry a zip bag in your pocket. Make it part of your rhythm. Support the process. Drink plenty of water throughout the day. Keep your body moving. Walk, stretch, breathe deeply. These small acts fuel circulation just as much as food. And here's something powerful. Every morning, take just 1 minute. Look at yourself in the mirror and remind yourself you're not fading. You're rebuilding. You're reclaiming. That's elderly wisdom. That's what it means to live with intention during this beautiful, challenging, and powerful chapter called Life After 70. Because the men who see results, who truly transform, aren't chasing youth. They're creating rhythm, flow, trust in the process. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be present. And if you're wondering, is it too late for me? The answer is no. You still have time. You still have strength. You still have a say in how this story ends. Now, before we close, there's one final message I want to leave with you. A truth far deeper than food. And it's one I hope stays with you for the rest of your life. A message every man over 60 needs to hear. Before we part ways today, I want to speak to you not as a doctor, not with data or nutrition charts, but man to man. Because if you've watched this far, it means you're searching for something deeper than just a fix. You're searching for yourself. And I want you to know something. Especially if you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. You are not broken. You are not past your prime. And you are not invisible. Too many men reach this season of life thinking they've missed their chance, that their time has passed. That strength, intimacy, and desire are things they must now mourn quietly. But I've seen something else. I've seen men on the edge of giving up suddenly wake up. Not because of a pill or a perfect plan, but because they made a choice. A choice to stop believing decline is the only option. A choice to stop shrinking away. A choice to start rebuilding. And not just physically, but emotionally. Spiritually. Because when you lose your vitality, it's not just your body that takes the hit. It's your identity. You stop recognizing the man in the mirror. You pull away from your partner, from yourself. You tell yourself, maybe this is just how it is now. But it's not. I promise you, your body remembers. Your blood vessels, your nerves, your tissues, they haven't given up. They've just been waiting for nourishment, for rhythm, for belief. And most of all, for you. This journey we've talked about today, it's not really about food. It's about power. Your power. The power to show up, to care for yourself, to make a quiet decision that says, I'm not done yet. That's what elderly wisdom looks like. Not chasing youth, but owning this chapter with grace, clarity, and the quiet fire of a man who refuses to disappear. So if no one has told you this lately, let me be the one. You matter. You still count. You still have chapters left to write. And with the right tools, with small daily choices, you can feel alive in your skin again. Not just for one night, but for the rest of your life. Now, let's bring it all together. This is where it begins. If you've stayed with me until now, let me say this. Thank you, not just for watching, but for caring enough about your health, your future, and your dignity to stay present through this message. That alone tells me something powerful about the kind of man you are. We've covered a lot in this journey together. You've learned how a simple glass of beet juice can reignite blood flow from the inside out. How watermelon rind, once tossed aside, can soothe tension and support arousal naturally. How pumpkin seeds, though small and quiet, are filled with the very minerals your body needs to feel strong and steady again. These aren't just foods. They're tools. They're gentle, natural allies in your pursuit of senior health, active, aging, and the kind of life that doesn't slow down after 70, it deepens. Together, these ingredients form what I call the circulation trifecta, a daily rhythm that doesn't fight time, but works with it. That nourishes instead of forcing. That empowers instead of pretending. And most of all, they help you feel like yourself again. I've seen it happen. The return of morning strength. The soft smile of confidence. The quiet transformation of a man who thought he was done till he realized. EWASN single quotes T. This is what healthy aging truly looks like. Not escaping the years, but learning how to move through them with energy, clarity, and peace. You still have time. You still have power. And this is where it begins. So here's what I ask of you. If this video gave you hope, a spark of curiosity, or just one helpful idea, please take a second to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Tap the bell so you never miss another message crafted just for you. And if you know a friend, a brother, a father, or any man over 60 who needs to hear this, send it to him. You never know how much difference a few words can make in someone's life. Leave a comment below. I read them all. Tell me what helped you, what you're trying, or what you're still struggling with. This is a space where elderly wisdom grows. Not just from one voice, but from a community of men choosing to live fully, no matter their age. And if you want to support this work and help me keep creating content for men like you, consider chipping in with a small donation. Every bit counts. Every voice matters. You're not here to fade quietly. You're here to rise gently, to live intentionally, and to remind the world that life after 70 is not a retreat. It's a return to strength, to intimacy, to yourself. Until next time, stay strong, stay curious, and never stop believing in the man you still are.